Hi guys, it's me, Andrea. Today I will show you a card. Basically, yeah, I'm using a die and it's all about this die actually. This is only a little example. I did this photo card thing once before and I showed it. So this is photo paper, for our printer who died a long time ago, and I have this paper left. It's a shiny one, and I really like to use it for embossing and then put paint on it so it's beautiful. Here I cut it to size. I use this bubble embossing folder from Tim Holtz, and basically I use some turquoise, bit of green, this olive green from Amsterdam, and some yellow. After that dried, I put everything on top. I want to have it a bit brighter, so that it's simply to show you what I do with this dye. That's one method. I got this dye from Ina. She sent it with her happy mail with my art journal she made for me, and she got this dye. She lives in Colorado, and she got this dye from one of her craft stores. He had that there in German and thought might be they have more Germans around or German-speaking people around. He would buy that, but he couldn't sell it, so he gave it to Ina. Ina hasn't got any die cutting machine, so she sent it to me, and it's absolutely fantastic. Looks very simple, but look here, I made some marks with my toothbrush, but it's so fine that I go and get my brush and put some of the black ink splatters on top. But that's basically the card, the base, and this is the die. It says happy birthday in German, herzlichen Glückwunsch. So what you do is you put it on some cardstock, and it's totally up to you. That's what I want to show you what you use. I wanted to use the black one here with this card because it has fantastic contrast, especially when you have this really, really bright colors in the background. So you cut this part off, and then you have it's like a border, you know. You can see this dot for the eye. Be aware of that. It always gets lost, and that's how you have to save that. So I cut it the size or the basic card a bit too small. So, but I turn or I work around that, so it's not that bad. So I have to cut that very, very tight without cutting some letters off. And of course, it isn't straight. You have to find a straight line to do that, because when I put that on this black cards or the black cardstock, yeah, it's leftovers and it's not cut it straight. So, but that what it should look like. So for the eye dot, I want to use a contrasting color. Wasn't sure about the heart or the balloon. I decided to use the balloon at the end because it's more neutral, isn't it? So with a heart, that's very personal. So that's what I use, the balloon. But first I glue my happy birthday in German down. So herzlichen Glückwunsch again. And a bit of a few dots on the upper word. You don't need that much, only that it is not too loose. So press it down, and then yeah, I couldn't decide, but at the end I use the balloon. What I do actually, I die cut this balloon out again on white cardstock and use the reflection in white to put it in here into the red balloon. But I'm still not serious, or I'm still not sure what one I will use, so I etch them both in black. But now, of course, I decided to use the balloon, and I will put some of this painter's tape behind it, and I can glue this reflection in white on top of it. So this should go on with the 3D foam tape. I will do that later. I want to matte the basic card first, and I pick up on the red balloon. I really like it. It's the great contrast to the green because it's the complementary color, and so that's why I used this red balloon, and then of course layered or matted it on red cardstock. So that's basically it. That's the card already glued down, and that's my finished card. Last bit what I do is go over with my Spectrum Noir sparkle pen. You will see me doing that here. Shake it well, that's important to get all that sparkle in there. So that's basically it. It's done. Can you see it? No, not that good. What I wanted to show you is what else. This especially this die is really versatile. You know, you can use first a lot of different papers, and I'm not showing everything, only little inspirations, you know, how to use them. And I think of having the letters, for example, or the die part very, very colorful on a very white background, for example. Work on a brush with brushes or watercolors on that die cut, for example, and put it on a white background. So, and this is a leftover. I embossed it wrongly. It's debossed instead of embossed, so I didn't want to use that. That's why I use it here as a leftover and cut my words out. So that's another way you can use it. You have in the die cut now the lower word as single letters, and on top it is attached, of course. You can see the Glückwunsch is already laid out there. On top it is of course attached, but you can cut that off. That's very, very easy. So I line it up again and die cut it, and now I cut that all off. I have a reference. The other letters are my references, how to cut them. And you can see I leave this little, so roughly the size. I leave this little thingies right and left on the bottom. Don't know what you call them, but it's the way the font is, you know. It's a bit, that's much easier. The E's and the C's are really difficult to cut out, but the N's and the U's and H's are really, really easy. Now it's a bit of a struggle here, but it works. That's another way you can use it. And as I said, a lot of different backgrounds. You can put the background as the focal point, or you could put your letters at the focal point, whatever you want. I think this die is absolutely perfect and brilliant. Like it. I like it when you have one tool or a die cut, a folded embossing folder, whatever it is, and can use it in so many ways. That's worth the money, don't you think so? So that's it. I thank you a lot for watching, guys. You will see some photos coming up, and I hope you had a bit of fun and I could inspire you. Go through your dice and have a look. What else can I do with my dice? So thanks again, and I hope I will see you soon with my next project. Bye bye.